Speedy. And Dixon with the touch. It hung a bit for him. And the goalkeeper seemed to see it a little bit late. Kerry Dixon's 16th goal of the season. Speedy who curled it over the defender. Williams thought about coming, but when he reacted with his right arm, it was really too late. Nevin. Speedy. Lee. But a little unkindly for Spackman. Just shot away from his left boot, which was poised with the trigger cocked. Williams falling before he made the punch. Jones, what a good ball that is. The Cannavale. And the goalkeeper in trouble. Brilliant clearance up the line by Clive Wilson. Really fine play by Wilson. And also by Jones. It was a great ball that found Cannavale. And Williams was in some trouble. And Wilson rescued him. Goalkeeper not having a happy time in the last 30 or 40 seconds. Smith. McNair. Determination from Rugby and long legs. Cannavale. Chelsea in a position to take this match by the scruff of the neck. Speedy. Up comes Jones. Speedy slightly in his way. Denied him the first time shot. Spackman. Williams trying to hound the ball, and finally is in exactly the right position to take the header from Nevin. Well, he must have covered a few muddy parts of his goal then, Alex Williams. When he was needed, he was right there. Showing a good turn of speed. Speedy, good save. Williams certainly doing well. After Colin Lee had started the attack for Chelsea, showing a good turn of pace, getting him between two players, and the ball on the near post was well met by Speedy. And the goalkeeper did very well indeed. Lee. Nicely done by Jones. Spackman. Speedy, nobody on this left side, forced him to turn. Kick in an interesting position. Two Chelsea players in the 18-yard area. McLaughlin makes it 3, and Kerry Dixon totally unmarked. Well, Manchester City certainly fell for that. There was a stage then when Chelsea only had two players in the 18-yard area. The others started to come away, and Dixon just walked gaily to the widest position of all, got himself behind Cunningham, between Cunningham and the goal, and it was a free header for Chelsea's second of the evening, and indeed his second. Kerry Dixon placing the ball very carefully, a ball which he might want to keep at the end of the match if he gets his hat-trick. But he's just gone in the record books as having scored 50 goals for Chelsea in 67 and a half games. I would imagine that Billy McNeil, the Manchester City manager, must have had quite a lot to say during the half-time interval. Speedy. Cannavale. One by Reid. Cunningham. It's away from Rugby, but the whistle had gone for a bit of pushing and pulling by the Chelsea defender. And the Manchester City supporters behind the goal to our left. Increase their volume in hope of a goal desperately needed. They won't get it with free kicks like that. Cannaville. Speedy going left, the ball staying in the middle. Beautifully picked up by Pat Nevin. And it gets to Speedy. Dixon far post, unmarked. In fact, they've got two men over in this attack. Dixon and behind him, Lee. Nevin, Lee, Dixon. Away by Wilson, but only as far as Jones. Lee once more. Nevin, great play. Teasing cross two, and that's another. Dixon gets his hat-trick. Courtesy of some beautiful play by Pat Nevin. All credit to the centre forward, but he won't score many easier goals than he's scored here this evening. Again, he was unmarked. The defender in front had no chance of getting to him. The defender from behind could do nothing but look. And Chelsea have a 3-0 lead. Nevin. Ball was out. McLaughlin. Speedy. Lee. In the area where he used to play forward. Speedy. Goalkeeper's in trouble again, but managed to recover his ground to deny Cannaville. Williams went from one post to the other. And Cannaville suffered as a result. McNabb struggling manfully to bring some semblance of order, but not successfully. Speedy. He's had another good match. Cannaville. Oh. But Jones took it so calmly. Wasn't exactly the pass of the season, because there's no doubt that Cannaville intended to strike the ball. But how calmly Keith Jones took the opportunity. Cannaville cutting in and got away from his man by sheer physical force, and there made what turned out to be a pass to Jones, who side-footed the ball home for number 4. Free kick has been given. Challenged by Nicky Reed. Pinched about 3 or 4 yards then, Chelsea. Nevin. Cannaville. And still penalty. Cannaville adjudged to have been held by Williams. The big forward certainly stood there inviting the challenge. It's going to be Pat Nevin who will take it. And everything has gone well for Chelsea this evening. I wonder whether the penalty will, because they haven't had a good record last season on this with taking penalties. Nevin, oh dear, I don't believe it. I hope I'm not being too unkind to Pat Nevin, a player of undoubted quality, but it has to be the worst penalty I've ever seen at this level of football. Gordon Smith is a bit short, and the sort of pass in these conditions which invited the injury. Referee had a quick word with Bumstead, and Phillips certainly felt that. But the mud was surely a contributory factor. Referee played the advantage, and all credit to him in these muddy conditions. He's allowed the game to flow as much as is possible, and certainly there'll be moments when Chelsea have flowed very sweetly indeed. So is this man, Clive Wilson for Manchester City. And Bumstead made the mistake, and Gordon Smith seized upon the error. But Clive Wilson, who comes to congratulate the scorer, deserves the greatest praise. He's looked the pick of the Manchester City team. Silkily away from Colin Lee. The low cross, pulled back, got defenders in trouble. It came off Bumstead, and Smith was there to lift it over the goalkeeper. Three again in the 6-yard box. Oh, I don't know what Nijveski was doing, but it didn't matter. Crowd encouraging the final whistle. And we're into the time that the referee, who's had a fine match, is allowing for the odd stoppage and injury. And he's not allowing any more. Really a comfortable victory for the First Division side. 4 goals to 1. A hat-trick for Kerry Dixon. The other scored by Keith Jones.